So Melissa, I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited to talk 2025 because you and me live and breathe all things thought leadership and personal brand and how to market ourselves. And there's a lot that I feel like is shifting, but it's a lot of good stuff. And first of all, tell me, how has 2024 been for you? Has it been a pretty cool year? A lot of fun stuff going on? Tell
Oh
us a
my
little bit
God.
about you.
2024 has been an amazing year. I think it has truly been just one of the most fun, engaging, interesting years. I'm all about connection. I'm all about community. I'm all about bringing people together. And I've had so many opportunities to do that. Spoke on a panel about LinkedIn in your neck of the woods in Fort Worth, Texas. Got to see you for a little bit. Just had an amazing LinkedIn event here in New York City where we had some folks from Texas flying up, some folks from Canada, from North Carolina, Delaware. Just so much fun. And I think it really just solidified for me how much can happen when you put yourself out there, right? All of these things that I've done this year, these panels, podcast spots, media placements, everything is because we decided to show up and we decided to speak to what we know. And I think that's super exciting.
Not even to mention that you co-wrote a book
I did.
and have probably, I mean, I don't think anyone would say they've astronomically grown on LinkedIn given all the shifts this year, but you've kind of astronomically also grown on LinkedIn. I think is you've done an amazing job, I think, building community. We've gotten to build DIY influence, but like you're kind of kicking butt, my friend. And I'm sure it's not all like glitzy behind the scenes because like what entrepreneurial journey is, but it's been really something amazing to see.
Correct. No, it is not all glitzy behind the scenes. It has been super fun. And you're right. I only scratched the surface, right? Wrote a book, super fun. And super fun also has been really all the changes and growth in DIY. And I mean, I don't know how much we're going to talk about it here because maybe we want to surprise people, but there are just really amazing updates in store for the community in 2025. And I could not be more excited.
Heck yeah. So one of the fun changes for me this year is I've been investing in equipment, which clearly I don't know how to use because if I move my head up a little, it's like, oh, I'm going to follow you. We're going up, right? And I'm like, no, we're down here. And my camera will try to follow. That's so fun. So fun to try to also become the technical experts that we need for this thought leadership journey. I just roll my eyes. Sorry, little camera. You're just a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. So I think one of the biggest things for me over the course of this year has been that I got brave enough to step away from a set of work that was not sitting and serving me. Like it wasn't sitting well with the lifestyle that I wanted to lead, which is to actually have one, to actually see my family. I kind of recognize that I don't love leading teams. It's just not my thing and I'm not wired for it and I don't want to do it. I offboarded a number of the folks on my team to their own agency, to their own work and their own consultancy. And that was really hard. It was really hard. It felt a little bit like failure. And no one ever wants to feel that way. And I think what I just told someone today in our DIY influence office hours is that we are now in this era where we will continue this like floating around journey between, and I don't mean floating like without intentionality, but floating as if, okay, this year I'm part of a startup. Next year, I'm going to go back into the corporate world for a while. Like that's where the best opportunity for me and my family is going to be. Next year, I might go back into being a startup. We're going to be moving. We're going to be shifting and just looking for what's right for me, what's right for this time for me. And where's my passion? Where is my obsession? Where is that all coming through? And so that was a really big shift. But what I have found is that through thought leadership, just even I found it in my writing. I am obsessed with cybersecurity. I just am. I think it's fascinating. And the opportunities came from that obsession because I talked about it. I wrote about it. And it was like before I knew it, it was like, you know what? I do love this. I don't love all this stuff, but I really love thought leadership and I really love cybersecurity. And I really love the work we do in our community DIY influence, where we're working directly with people to help them go and be the thought leaders they need to be to build the life they want to live. And so that was exciting.
What could be better than that? I think that's exciting.
Like
That's the goal.
some stability would be better than that. No, I'm kidding. It was stable enough and yet So, one of the things, though, that it brings us to now in our discussion is 2025. So, there's any number of people that are experts claiming to know what 2025 you need to do in 2025. Well, with all those opinions, I've got these 3 points that I do believe that anyone who endeavors to be visible, to be that thought leader, to be known as that subject matter expert in their space, these are the 3 things that I think that they need to do. And so I want to run these through with you, Melissa, and I would love your thoughts on it. But um, there's let's just dive right in. So the first one I feel like is almost like the least sexy one, so we're gonna start there. But it's anticipatory. Anticipatory. So when I think about why thought leadership often doesn't go anywhere, it's because we're kind of playing it safe. We're talking about what we know and what's immediate and what's just here and around us. And we're not exactly looking forward. We're not going, hey, here's where we are, field industry, but here's where we need to be, or here's what's coming, and here's how we need to position ourselves to get there. That's a little edgier. That's a little bit like, you're really kind of staking your flag in the ground here on this idea. Like, that's kind of brave. But I really do believe that in order for us to distinguish ourselves as those experts, we need to be very willing to say, the field is going here, and I'm going to put together some unique insights that only I can do to speak to that. And by virtue of that, it's not something that AI could have necessarily said, I'm just going to write a post on where the future is going to go. It's like, no, that was from me. That was my insight. And it's definitely got this look ahead feel. So would love your thoughts on that first one of thought leadership that's anticipatory. What do you think?
So you kind of gave me the answer, right? Because you started talking about AI. And I think about this in two ways. One,
Mm-hmm.
AI is relevant in every sector, in every industry, in every field. And so if you were talking about your sector, if you were talking about your industry, if you were talking as a subject matter expert in your industry and didn't talk about AI, that was a huge missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But also, don't let AI do the work for you. Let it be a tool. Let it help you brainstorm. Let it help you research. I actually think Perplexity is a wonderful search engine. I mean, we have all relied on Google for so many years. I mean, Google is practically a verb, right? What do you say when you want to look something up? Oh, let me Google that.
Yeah.
I actually think Perplexity is a fantastic search engine. But please, 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 please do not give your thought leadership, do not give your voice to a robot. And that's what so many people are doing. And I think it's a huge mistake. One, it's evident. ChatGPT and any other generative AI tool, it's still, thankfully, not a perfect human voice, right? And most of us can tell when a post has been written by AI. Most of us can tell when an article, a white paper, has been written by AI. That you're not the subject matter expert if you're doing that. You're just regurgitating something that a machine came up with. So use the tool to help you, but don't let it replace your voice.
We all need to hear that. And I think too, one of the things that I'll link below is my checklist for 10 things that make you sound like a robot when you write your posts. Like, it can help in so many ways, but the one thing it cannot do is be that original source of writing. Can it edit your writing? Yes.
Sure.
But it's also practice for when you are going to be on the spot in the moment where someone hands you a mic, and thought leadership will prepare you for that, but not if you outsource it entirely. It's one of the reasons that, short of people who really are in such critical, crucial roles where they have no time, but for the most of us, like 95% of us, you can't outsource this without missing so many of the benefits of thought leadership and being forced to write, because it will never, I mean, well, anyway, we'll just leave it there and just say you are 100% right. Make sure you don't sound like a robot, even if you're using these tools, and don't shortchange yourself and the insights that you provide that are unique. All right, so let's go number 2, intentionality. Nothing is wasted. Everything you produce has a clear, specific purpose. And your audience that you're writing to, they're able to see that it's for them or it's not for them. Like, we're not going to be for everybody. I can't write to please everybody. I know who I need to write for. And those are the people that I want to serve. I want to work with. I want to have them understand, why me? because the service I provide is kind of like a commodity. The only differentiator is me, my brain, my opinion, my insights, my lived experience, the expertise I bring to the table. But I have to be the mouthpiece for myself, right? Like I can't expect people to see all of that from a flat resume or a services menu. Like, no, I have to make sure that I'm talking about what I think, what I believe, but also it's very, very targeted. It's very specific for the people's problems I want to solve for. So, what do you think about intentionality?
I think it's crucial, right? We are more distracted than ever. We're busier than ever. We're
Yeah.
all pulled in a thousand directions. So if I'm going to write something, it needs to serve a purpose. And if I'm going to read something, it needs to serve a purpose, right? If
Mhm.
I start to read something, whether it's a social media post or it's a newspaper article, I mean, granted online, but you know what I'm saying,
Yes.
a paper, anything, if
Yeah.
it doesn't start to resonate with me in the first couple of lines, I'm done. Because nobody has the time to read multiple paragraphs, to read multiple pages and decide if it serves them. You need to show the intentionality and the purpose from the beginning. And I think you said something really crucial, right? We're not for everyone.
Yeah.
And that was something that was hard for me to get my head around at first, right? Because many of us were people pleasers. We want everyone to like us. We want everyone to think that we're smart and nice and funny and the right answer for them. And we're not.
Wow.
And the best content that you can
Mhm.
write is going to attract the right people. And it's also
Yes.
going to repel the wrong people, right?
Yes.
If those people are not your ideal audience, you don't want them to necessarily be attracted to it because that relationship is never going to work. And so I think intentionality crucial.
Absolutely. So, what we're going to do, we're going to leave the third factor for crucial and intentional, not crucial and intentional, crucial thought leadership for 2025. We're going to leave that for our next episode because I would love for you to share the reason that we have intentionality on here is because of what you shared about what's going to shift for you in 2025 related to your thought leadership specifically. Would you share that with us?
So 2025, I really want to focus in on serving the right customer, right? I
Yeah.
think it's very easy to fall into that trap of I want my content to be for everyone. I want everyone to read what I write and resonate with it on some level. And there's some content that I can do that will absolutely still fill
Yeah.
that void. But I want to get really specific on who my ICP is. Who do I want to be speaking to? Who do I want to work with? Right? I think we put so much focus on getting people to want to work with us, and we don't put enough emphasis on do I want to work with them? And that's something that's really come up more and more over the past year of not every potential client is the ideal client. Some of them are not they're not going to be your people, right? And so maybe you're doing the work together,
Mhm.
but it's just not filling your heart, right? And for me, I do this work because I want it to fill my heart. I want to feel joy and satisfaction out of doing it. And I want my client to feel that too. And if you're not a good mix, if you're not aligned on your
Mhm.
values, if you're not aligned on your outcomes, and if you're not aligned on the work that it's going to take to reach those outcomes, it's never going to. I mean, I think we've all had those clients that you're aligned on what the outcomes are going to be,
Mhm.
but they don't want to do the work. They don't want to follow the advice that you give them, right? When I work with people, I will lay out, okay, these are the things that you have to do. It's not just putting this piece of content out there, it's then doing this and this and this. And if they're not willing to do that work, they're not the right client for me because they're not going to get the results and they're
Yeah.
going to get frustrated. And so if you want to just have 1,000 reactions on all of your LinkedIn posts, guess what? Go join a bot pod because you're not for me if that's all you care about. And so I think that's really important. And that's where I'm going to really put a lot of my focus in 2025.
I love it. I'll put some focus in 2025 getting my gear to work like it should and all the other fun things that we're talking about here. But I will totally look forward to our next podcast episode where we have these short, tight insights that deliver just what you need and nothing you don't. And, the best way that you're going to be able to start off 2025 is diving right in to something that will serve you. Like, if it's not the ultimate self-care to put you and your business first, I don't know what is. We have honed a model over 10 different cohorts of working with them through boot camp just around personal branding and thought leadership. And now we have this extraordinary new accelerator that we have built, again, with everything you need and nothing you don't, to move you forward fast this year with confidence that we are living it. It's not just theories that we did that worked a year and a half ago, because the game has changed entirely since then. And your influence will take work, but this work will work for you. So we will look forward to seeing you there. We are going to put a link to that in the notes and description. And I think we have room for like 4 spots. So hopefully it's for you. But Melissa, thank you, my friend. Have an awesome day, folks, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Julie.